Hey, what up everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. I'm making this video on my lunch from my truck. I'm on my lunch. I just haven't had basically a time to sit down. I'm going to be doing a video talking about the Mania trip. I'm going to be doing a video showing what I got on the Mania trip once I get all the Mania videos up. But this is just mainly me just talking about what happened. I know with Rock and Cena and the newcomers coming in with like Lord Tensai and Brock Lesnar, and the rumors of WrestleMania 29 and so forth. So we'll be running down a whole lot of stuff. So I started off basically now that the whole Cena versus Rock feud is all over. I honestly was a little mad when the 3 was counted, but then as the time went on, I'm not really all that upset that Rock beat John Cena. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense, but you know, like I said, now that it's all over, I've always been a fan of The Rock and always well respected him. I just wanted to pick one side of the war to root for, and I was on Team Cena, and we came up on the short end of the stick. The match was very fun, but honestly, I didn't feel like I got my money's worth, if you can say. Like, I honestly have not, I don't even know how long the match was, but in my head, the match lasted maybe 5 to 7 minutes. It seemed like the bell rang and it was over in no time. I didn't really even have time to jump up out of my seat for the 3 count, because I thought coming off the Cena's chance at hitting the people's elbow, I didn't think the Rock bottom would be the finish that way. I thought maybe that it would be a finish down the road if the Rock was going to win. Like maybe he would have to hit Cena with it 2 or 3 times to mainly show how strong Cena was. But this mainly just looked like Cena made one small mistake and the Rock countered it, and we got the win. He got the win that way. Do I ever want to see a rematch? No. I think you need to stick to your guns and say this was once in a lifetime, and that's all you're going to get. And you know, Cena's just going to have to deal with it. He lost to a legend, and that is The Rock. But Cena's the kind of guy that they can bounce back from that. Cena, like, has lost, you know, a lot of the big matches, but he's always going to be the face of the company because he's the guy that they shove out there, and I think he's more marketable than a guy like Randy Orton or anybody like that. And so until they build up the next big thing, not meaning Lesnar, but, you know, the next big superstar, you know, that's who you got out there, and he's going to be the man. I don't think anybody out there is going to be as marketable as John Cena that they have on the roster right now. I think he is going to be the top guy for the next good long while. When The Rock came out on Monday Night Raw and said that he had hopes to win the title one day, I think that will happen, and then, you know, no hard feelings to him if he does. I just hope that they find a way for him to defend it as often as he can. Don't make it seem like the title is a belt that is you know, going to go off to some movie set and sit there on his actor's chair in his trailer and wait for him to come back, because I think that'll make a lot of people mad out there. If you win the title, you don't have to show up to every Monday Night Raw. But at least make your presence known, and not via satellite either, on pay-per-views. If you win the title at one pay-per-view, you should show up to win the next. Now, with Brock Lesnar coming in, it seems like Brock Lesnar is a real big star from UFC, and he's coming in off of, he's lost 3 times in UFC, I do believe, and 2 times in a row. So he's coming to us sort of as a broken warrior. You know, he retired in the ring after his last fight, and there's a lot of skepticism with the guy that did beat him. His name escapes me right now, but he did fail a drug test, and a lot of people can remember the whole story that was going around when they were trying to get him drug tested for the Lesnar fight, and it was a big, long ordeal. Am I surprised? No. I think a lot of those UFC guys, and as well as WWE and TNA wrestlers, are a lot on steroids. I don't think there's a lot to the tests. I think everybody does get tested, but I think there is some wink, wink, nudge, nudge when certain guys are getting tested out there. I don't think it is 100% on the level, I guess you can say, and then there's ways around it. Some guys don't have to get drug tested because they're not under contract and they're on handshake deals and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Now, Brock Lesnar coming in, I don't think there's any chance in hell that he's going to lose to John Cena. John Cena is becoming, I guess you can say, the jobber of the stars. You can't even say the superstars, with The Rock coming in off of making movies, and Brock Lesnar, the big name, coming in from UFC. But I think they will have a match. I'm not sure when it'll be. I don't think that they're going to put these two in a match that fast at Extreme Rules. Milk this out and make as much money as you can on there. Sort of just make the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, make it sort of just a just you know, come see Brock Lesnar sort of deal. Make him have an appearance, I guess you can say. Don't put him in a match. Make this stretch that out. Make people really want that match to happen. I think that Lesnar's the kind of guy that you're going to have to baby. He's already quit on the WWE once, and I think that he could do it again, especially if you ask him to do anything he doesn't want to do, or if he just wakes up and he has a bad day. I think he's really somebody that you're going to have to really nurture and make sure he's having a good day, and make sure that when you go out there in the ring that you're going to do the things that he wants to do. I do love the fact that he is coming back. I think that it is a big name. I was a Lesnar fan, but not a huge fan of his. I think he needs to be heel. There was one thing that sort of turned me off of him last time. I think the face turn came way too fast last time he was in WWE. And just keep this guy heel and just murdering people. You don't need him shaking hands and kissing babies. He doesn't look like a good guy. He shouldn't be a good guy. Just have him going out there and basically ripping people's heads off. Now the rumor that came out when Lord Tensai, Prince Albert, or A-Train, however you want to call him, when that broke, a lot of people were saying that he was going to come in and immediately go to John Cena. It looks like that spot's going to go to Brock Lesnar, and Lord Tensai is a guy that's just sort of going to be on the roster. When I first saw his match and he beat the holy hell out of shit. I honestly don't remember who he had his match against on Raw. I want to say Kurt Hawkins, but I'm not 100% sure who it was. But he basically beat the shit out of somebody and left him laying. I think that was the same thing Umaga did when Umaga came in to sort of leave a statement saying that he was going to just basically beat the holy hell out of people. But the one thing that got Umaga over was Armando Estrada with the whole entrance ordeal. I think that's what maybe made people really take a notice to him. I don't know if his manager, I can't remember what his name is either, is going to be doing promos, or if he's just going to stand there and look Japanese. But basically neither of these guys are going to talk. It's going to get pretty boring watching them squash people. So I don't see a whole lot of legs in Lord Tensai. I think it's good that Albert came back, but I don't think we're going to get what we thought we were going to get with him. Basically with The Rock and the title with Brock Lesnar, if I was smart booking, it sounds like Lesnar's going to make more appearances than The Rock is in the future. Have Lesnar win the title and have him hold it until WrestleMania. Then you can get this big WrestleMania match. Rock versus Lesnar worked great in SummerSlam 2002. Brock versus Rock. I think you can have The Rock win the title at WrestleMania. This has probably already all been laid out with the whole Lesnar signing and Rock coming out and saying he was going to be there for the WrestleMania press conference for New York and New Jersey. But that's basically what I would do. I think that you have that match, and I think that's going to bring a whole bunch of people to it. I think you can do the Cena match at SummerSlam with Brock Lesnar, have him put him over, and I don't know, but that leaves a whole bunch of things. You could have Undertaker versus Cena then at WrestleMania. If you bring Undertaker back for one more, where that leaves for CM Punk now. He's sort of like the odd man out, but you never know. He might go after the World Heavyweight title at that point, but I don't know, it always leaves a whole bunch of questions, but these guys always, find a way to figure it out. I think that's why, Vince McMahon's one of the smartest, guys in the world, because he puts this shit together called WrestleMania, and every year we buy it and it's huge. But, I don't know, leave your comments down below and I'll keep pumping the videos out. So, thanks for watching.